My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. I believe we've a daily to get done. Yes, we do. Ironclad time dilation. All enemies become slow. Okay, so slow is an effect placed on an enemy. It currently only exists on the giant head and elite on the third section of the game. I keep calling them floors, but I mean, you know, Exordium, Beyond, and City. Not in that order. I can't also remember the actual names of the damn quote-unquote floors. But it is an effect where every single time you play a card, any attack card you play after that will deal 10% more damage, and it stacks on top of itself. So if you play 10 cards before you play any attack cards, your next attack card will deal 100% more damage. And then the one after that will deal 110% more damage. So degenerate turns like mana, like cycling through your entire deck by just generating a bunch of energy and then drawing a bunch of cards and then generating a bunch of energy and drawing a bunch of cards and playing a bunch of zero cost cards especially is going to be ridiculously powerful. There's also Midas. Enemies drop 200% more gold, but you cannot upgrade cards at rest sites. And then Night Terrors. Resting at rest sites heals for 100% of your HP, but costs 5 max HP. So it is worth noting that last time Night Terrors existed, last time I ran a daily with Night Terrors, it cost me 5 max HP every time I went to a campsite, not if I only rested there. I just lost 5 max HP anyway. And it's worth noting that the way that it is worded in Night Terrors is also the way that Dreamcatcher is worded, which is when you rest, rather resting at a rest site. So I believe the previous triggers of Night Terrors when you're not resting, when you were upgrading cards or lifting or toking or any of those kinds of things, I believe the previous interaction was bugged or it's extremely poorly worded. Either way, we're probably going to want to avoid as many rest sites as possible because we can't upgrade cards at them. All right, let's go. Enemies dropping 200% more gold means that so many different things are giant priorities for us, like shops. Elites are also actually quite a high priority. And that's because elites already drop a large amount of money, or they drop a larger amount of money than a normal enemy typically does. So if I want to go to a late shop, I am actually going to have to pass a rest site. That's fine, because I am going for an early elite as well. Okay, 3 question marks. Let's go down this path. So we'll play both of our defensive cards first, then our strike, and you can see the slow modifier says that the enemy is going to take 20% more damage. That's because we played 2 cards, and then I'll strike for only 1 more damage than I typically would have done, but it'll get more significant over time, and especially with damage cards that deal higher damage, it'll be much more obvious. So here, the enemy has 30 HP. A single strike will deal 9, the next strike will deal 10, and then the next strike, if I've calculated this correctly, should deal... Nope, never mind, I didn't calculate it correctly. I did it wrong. I did it real bad. But it's fine, that probably still would have been the turn that I made. Although I would have played the defense first, and it makes no difference. Beautiful. So, these are the exact kinds of things I was talking about. Energy generation. So bloodletting and seeing red are both super important. Since resting at campsites is so much more of a thing, probably bloodletting is going to be better for my deck. Upgrades a bash and a defend. Not horrible, not great, not horrible, though. Sure. Alright, with that weakness applied, there should be... actually, no. Looks like we're not going to get the kill this turn. If I'd played the other 2, I would have lost 3 health, but might have got the kill that turn. No need to do that to myself, though. Headbutt's fine, but until I get some card draw in my deck, I don't really want it yet. I think I'll take the max HP, because we're going to have difficulty with max HP over the course of this run, because it's going to be taken from us so readily. Remove a card from my deck? Almost certainly. Gold is much easier to come by, so I'm going to remove defensive cards from my deck primarily and try and go more aggressive. Unfortunately, our next hand is actually just going to be Bash by itself. So I'm actually going to wake you up this turn. I'm also going to use my Strength Potion. See, the thing is, usually you use an unupgraded Bash, it doesn't wake up the enemy, and you get the vulnerability applied for the turn after. But we don't have the luxury of that right now. And I also saw that I was going to be able to fully defend myself this turn as well as deal a lot of damage. Yeah, not particularly infused by the fact that I have no defense in this hand. Like, my defense aren't spreading out. I know I removed a defend from my deck, but it is still kind of rude for my defense to turn up in that exact order. 3 of them in the hand where I'm not being attacked, and none of them in the hand where I am being attacked. My next hand definitely has the kill, so I may as well go for defend, strike. Got 1 strength up, so there's a 7-7. Yeah, we're actually fine. So I'll go for another defense here. What I should have done is both of those defenses first, in retrospect, but it's not going to matter. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block. That's going to be really handy, considering how aggressive we want to be. Also, double tap is really good, because when upgraded, double tap is going to be 1 energy for duplicating the next 2 attacks we play. And in total, if I play the double tap and then I play 2 attacks after it, that's 5 cards played, which is 5 triggers of slow. Okay. Alright, we should be set up for a kill this turn. Almost independent of draw. Yeah, I don't really defend. Not with this deck right now. Warcry technically is good, right? It's a buff for my slow. But without much draw, again, I don't want to take it yet. I just really want some draw for this deck right now, please. Possibly split the enemy a little too early there. Okay. No, well, okay, not none, but very few enemies can do the same move 3 times in a row. If I can't upgrade at camps, is Armaments the best way to get upgrades into my deck? Armaments itself is not upgraded, though. I can't rely on just getting Apotheosis at a shop. I'm gonna take a single copy of Armaments. Lantern, gain energy on the first turn of each combat. You can see the tooltip up there. Should get rid of the enemy that scales best. Unceasing Top would be ridiculous in this deck, because then we don't actually have to focus on our... what is it we don't have to focus on? Ryan, you know this, you know this. We won't have to focus on our draw. Literally, we just have to focus on our energy generation past that point. Alright, we're good here. Not defending that turn actually saved me more HP. Beautiful. Finish him off. And what do we got? We've got a spot weakness. It's not a bad pickup. I do like that. Especially in a deck that is planning on playing a bunch of attacks. Spot weakness is really good. Dex Potion's probably less useful for me than any of the other potions that were on offer there. Flash of Steel is super useful. I'm not going to take an Evolve, because if I do take an Evolve, I kill my ability to run an Unceasing Top deck. I really want Thread and Needle, because Thread and Needle is a super powerful defensive relic. But at the same rate, I really want Happy Flower as well. Like, I want to go Happy Flower, Flash of Steel. But I could go Flash of Steel, Thread and Needle and be pretty happy about it. Alright, I'm going to go with the safer option because I don't want to die on this run. And also, I'm going to try and avoid a bunch of... more typical defensive outlets. Actually going to throw an Explosive Potion here. And then just kill. Got an Explosive Potion right back. There's a Seeing Red. Again, more energy generation. We still haven't got the draw that I was looking for. Like, I've been asking for almost nothing but draw. And the game keeps staring me straight in the eyes and saying, actually, how about fuck you instead? Okay. I'm gonna armaments the spot weakness, then spot some weakness, then I'll kill the backline and I'm fully defended still. And I have some extra strength going on. Beautiful. Dual wield in a deck that has Flash of Steel and double tap. We can start trying to thin down the deck to just those. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's be bad. All right. 80 HP. We haven't got any clashes in this deck, so this isn't horrible, actually. Oh, yeah. Dual wield? I just... I wanted you before, not now. Yeah, we definitely need to weaken here. Yikes. I could have saved myself 2 more HP by using the Dex Potion there, which to me doesn't seem significant enough to do. Right, I'm actually going to armament the dual wield. Just so that if I do get dual wield and Flash of Steel in the same hand, I'm pretty much covered at that point. Whew. Dual wield, dual wield, dual wield. Ugh. You know what's going to happen? I use Flash of Steel, I'm going to draw dual wield. I was really hoping that I was going to draw something that I could actually play there, not a burn. Armaments and double tap. I mean, I'm not going to be able to use the double tap to the fullest of its potential this turn because I had to pay the energy to play armaments, but... picking up extra strength every single time it's available is going to make this a lot easier on me. It is extremely unfortunate that I keep getting Bloodletting and Seeing Red in hands where they're not useful. Because they would be useful in so many hands. Alright, well, double tap the Flash of Steel, I guess. Well, there's our kill. Another Explosive Potion, that's going to be handy next floor. I have to take the feed. As much as I don't really want to muddle my deck consistency of draw by taking the feed, it is going to be super necessary for trying to keep my HP up. I don't like any of this. I haven't got enough draw in my deck to utilize a Runic Pyramid. Oftentimes it would be a severe negative for me. There is the possibility, however, of me having dual wield and Flash of Steel, holding the dual wield or holding the Flash of Steel until I have the other one and then just going off. Ooh. That could be freaking spicy. All right, let's go for the spice. Let's get some zest in our life. It is actually called the city. What the fuck? All right, some part of that just burrowed itself into my brain deep enough to stay. Let's go to shop after shop after shop until we find something. Let's shop until we metaphorically drop. Dual Wheel Flash of Steel. Alright, we should Seeing Red, spot some weakness, do some dual wielding, double tap a dual wield. gonna defend. I was thinking I was gonna go more aggressive, so I didn't play to defend first. The ordering of my turns is oftentimes here gonna be wrong because it's not... Like, I'm not used to having to order my turns like this. So I do have to ask for your forgiveness on that front. I'm not used to playing in the way that this specific modifier is going to require that I play. So you'll have to give me some time while I get used to it. Just trying to set up my feed here. I need to make my deck thinner so this dual-wield Flash of Steel thing doesn't take 4 turns to actually get consistently active. If I armaments this feed, it'll actually upgrade to be lethal, but also it will get me 1 more max HP. I should probably throw the Dex Potion for a regen potion here. I really need to thin down my deck a lot more so that I can make this much more significant. Cool. Let's armaments the double tap. We'll Seeing Red, then we'll double tap all of those strikes. I could kill this turn, but I'm going to just save for the feed next turn. Ancient Potion, I really want to take a single copy of because it would help me against the Daze. The Daze character. Can't remember. It's Chosen. It's Chosen. But it would also help me against the Snecko. But at the same rate, all of the elites on this floor, or many of the elites, save for the Book of Stabbing, a explosive potion would be super useful against. Pommel Strike is like the only one here that I'd really take. But even then, I'm so much more intent on thinning my deck down to increase the consistency of my draw rather than actually doing anything else for it. I'm going to go for card removal, and I'm actually just going to be removing cards at every opportunity here. So I should probably pick up Vajra as well. It's just going to help us accelerate. There's some other good stuff at that shop as well, but I've got another shop coming up that I plan on going to as well. Here's the Chosen, by the way. So I'm about to regret life. About to. Alright. Dual wield. Alright, I'm gonna armaments the Seeing Red, then I'm gonna Seeing Red. Defends, and then bash. Save myself all of my HP. There's the dual wield, beautiful. Dual wield the Flash of Steel. Time to start going. If only I'd done slightly more damage, I would have dropped an explosive potion there to save myself. We'll definitely feed backline. Huh. At least the front line isn't buffed. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. On the ground. And easy finish. Beautiful. No. Not yet. Right, another card removal. Champion's Belt's okay. Getting some HP from Bloodbath. Ooh, Master of Strategy is actually huge for us. We'll go card removal on another strike, and we'll pick up a Master of Strategy. 3 draw in a deck that has Runic. That's beautiful. I know that feed would kill and it wouldn't buff me, but I do just need to get the minions off the map. The enemy that I was fighting was minions, so feed wasn't going to actually help me there. As in, it wasn't going to provide max HP up. We've got a dual wield on that Flash of Steel now, which is great. Seeing red. After that. Let's bloodlet. Dual wield the Flash of Steel. Flash of Steel is getting to a reasonable point to kill this sneaky gremlin. Actually, you know what? It will. Double hit on the frontliner. I am probably going to bash the backline. It's just... You've currently got 60% more damage, 60% more damage from 7. Is that going to round correctly? Gosh, I hope so. Never mind, it doesn't. It's going to be difficult to figure the rounding on the... on the Flash of Steels. Or rather, Flashes of Steel. Dual wield the Flash of Steel. 1, 2, 3. Let's bloodletting, then master, then could double tap a Flash of Steel. What's it doing right now? 17. I could also just go full defensive. Yeah, it's probably better to go full defensive right now. And keep a single Flash of Steel in hand. Let's armament the double tap so that I can double tap this Flash of Steel and hopefully draw another one, which we do. And then the next one's double tapped as well. Beautiful. Omamori is going to negate the next 2 curses we obtain, which is going to be handy because curses would ruin our deck. I think I have enough energy generation that we can really, like, take off. Spin the wheel! Haha! Yay! At least it gets negated. So we're not going to pick up Decay here. Usually we would, but Omamori protects us. Ugh. This fight's probably going to go for long enough. So I am actually going to use my regen potion. Defend, double tap, and strike the backline. I'm actually much more terrified of the Chosen than I am of the Cultist. The Cultist scales better, to be sure. Now, I should be able to dual wield the feed and deal a bunch of damage. Not as much as I thought I was going to, unfortunately. It's fine. Maybe I have both of these feeds and just use them at opportune times. Spot weakness. Oh boy. You suddenly got a lot stronger. I think I made the wrong decision in not killing the cultist first. All these days are actually going to fuck me. I'm not going to have enough turns to really do anything with the cultist. Alright, I'm just going to throw damage into you. I pretty much conceded when I didn't kill that cultist first. I thought it was going to be the correct play, but it wasn't. Yeah, like, I'm pretty much already dead. Just got 2 days in my deck. And I only draw 4 cards a turn, so... yeah. That's entirely my bad. If I did kill the cultist first, we still had a lot of problems with our build. So I'm not sure we would have won, because we were trying to still build towards thinning out our deck, but we didn't have as many card removal opportunities as I really would have liked. If we ended up picking up from a shop the toke, the pipe, the peace pipe, that's it. We would have, at every single camp, just removed cards, and we would have been much, 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 much better off as a result. Practically what we wanted there was going to be dual wield, Flash of Steel, and like 5 or 6 other cards, because those 5 or 6 other cards could just sit in our hand, and they would effectively be out of our deck, but we could play them in contingencies where we need them. But they effectively just sit in our hand while we dual wield Flash of Steel, play all of the Flash of Steels, dual wield the new Flash of Steel, play all the Flash of Steels, and then since dual wield isn't increasing past the limit of 1, the rest of the 3 cards in our hand would just be Flashes of Steel until the end of the game. I think there is something in the line that I spotted, which is the dual wield Flash of Steel line, that would work extremely well, because again, it is something that you play a lot of cards, a lot of low cost, a lot of zero cost cards in a single turn, so you would get a bunch of procs, not procs, but a bunch of stacks of slow. So it would accelerate at a rate that it typically doesn't in a normal game, which would make it much easier to deal with like explosive and thorned enemies, so it really wouldn't have the same problems in the Beyond that typically that sort of style of deck would. I think picking up Thread and Needle was correct. I think ultimately that kind of saved us for a very long period of time. I think Feed was correct, but I think Feed was difficult to use. I should have, in a lot more situations, used it for damage rather than holding it for the max HP. As much as I needed the max HP, the damage that I was taking, because I didn't really have a great opportunity to just duck over to a rest site and rest because I didn't want to lose the max HP, taking damage in order to secure max HP that I would then have to lose in order to rest at a camp to heal back up kind of works against itself in a way that you can probably quite easily spot. 225, yeah, I'm not really going to check the leaderboard on that one for the moment. My name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and don't make the same mistakes I did, kids!